Before everything, the meta section.
Hi there, you are watching me. This person is me. I'm about to get ready to do a reaction video. But even if you don't know, or just don't care who I am, don't click off just yet. This is not your typical reaction video. In fact, it's not a reaction video at all. This is just a setup. There'll be some twists and some turns coming, so let's watch. Hi, today we're going to react to... I actually don't know what it's going to be. I was told it was going to be a surprise, so let's get straight to it. What is this? I mean, this is clearly me here. Hi. What am I supposed to... Sometimes I get accused of being too meta by myself. When I started YouTube, I was sure this strange tendency would come in handy. But it turns out you need editing skills to communicate with an audience. You can't just be meta and expect everyone to get how clever and weird you are. That's certainly true. Alright, what was that? What was the point of that? What is this? What's happening? I mean, this is clearly me. Okay, this is really weird. What am I? What's going on? Hi. I don't like this. Okay. Can you stop it? Can you turn it off? See, I told you. Things would get twisted. Joke. What am I supposed to? This. Yikes. Okay, that was a mess. In fact, this whole video so far has been a mess because it has nothing to do with what I promised in the title. But we'll get there. You see, the thing about being meta is that it's essentially useless. What's not useless on this platform is learning how to tell a story. And sometimes in storytelling, it's helpful to use metaphor. Have something appear to be about something when it's really about something else. Or let a seemingly simple item or issue represent something much larger and more complicated. So let's try that next.
This biker represents me. I'm on a journey. Conditions are harsh. It takes a while to get there. I'm looking for something. I'm almost there. It was a backpack. The backpack represents flavor.
I was looking for my own unique flavor. My way of doing philosophy that just wasn't done anywhere else. Yeah, I used to do videos on philosophy at the time. Sorry, this is confusing. I forgot to mention that I used to have 2 channels. I should have mentioned that earlier, but the old channel is relevant to where this story is heading. And yeah, this video is going to be like this. It's going to be meta, despite all my lamenting just a moment ago. It's choppy, it's flashbacky, and well, I think of it a little bit like a self-indulgent Christmas carol. You know, the one by Charles Dickens. Except I'm Scrooge and the ghost of YouTube past, present, and future all at once. That made more sense in my head, and on paper, anyway. So yeah, my first attempt at YouTube was something different than this, what it is I do now, but equally peripheral. You know, I just cut to chapter 2 so I can explain.
Chapter 2. The Pivot. Stepping into the Light.
Like I was saying, my first channel was dedicated to philosophy. I have a couple of degrees in that, and I thought I can talk philosophy in a way that doesn't have to feel so alienating and so far away. Something that wasn't so dry and academic, but more catered to the practical aspects and how to use the foundations of philosophical thinking to improve our quality of life, essentially. I wanted to teach and discuss critical thinking and utilize storytelling, scenery, and editing to make the message more compelling. But my meta humor didn't work, and I couldn't get people to click on my videos. Much like today. But worse. Another problem was that I spent more time crafting intros, little side things and b-roll type montages and skits, all set to my own music too, than I did on the philosophy side of things. So the philosophy side became more and more vague, both to a potential audience and to YouTube. I mean, take a look at some of these clips and tell me I wasn't already working on this channel without realizing it. I'm trying to learn how to make YouTube videos set to my own music. Or maybe I'm more of a vlogger trying to muster up enough courage to be myself. I'm not sure which. I'm also part of the Great Resignation. That looks to me like I just hadn't come to terms yet with what I really wanted to do. Now, the thing about making your own music is that it became a great way to practice, but also an awesome way to hide it at the same time. If people didn't like it, the music, it was never explicitly spelled out that it was me. So it didn't feel as intimidating as putting something out and announcing it was me. Or have my brand, big air quotes there by the way, be directly tied to my musical ability. This was way more casual and in the background. It was a great first step for me, and I really learned a lot about my taste, my process, and I developed a style and a workflow that I really enjoyed. But eventually I caught up with myself because about a year ago I put out this video. What I'm trying to say is that I'm starting a second channel. A channel dedicated to music and dealing with not feeling like a real musician. Like you're not part of the group. It's my therapy project, if you will, where I can't hide behind ideas and abstract thought. I plan on making videos on everything related to my musical progress and making music overall, but also about dealing with the emotional side of putting yourself out there. Especially when feeling like maybe you have no real right to talk about music, like you're not qualified to claim any of that space. But music is about expression, about emotion and connection. It is, in my opinion, the most powerful tool human beings have when it comes to acknowledging the unheard or unseen or the misunderstood. It can be what turns a perfectly happy occasion into a lifelong memory, as well as the one thing that keeps someone alive and sane when going through the darkest of moments. Great music is music that resonates with the listener. That's it. A metaphorical arm picking us up when we have no chance of making it on our own. Or a magical and euphoric elixir when we want to celebrate an already magical moment. Who is anyone to say that our moment of joy is misplaced because the modulation before the bridge was clunky or that beat has been done to death? No, music is not a place for snobbery or elitism. That's my spiel. That was the birth of this channel, and luckily for me, that video got promoted by the bun. Turns out he liked the message and wanted to support what I did. Thanks again, Scott, you're the best. Anyway, that was then. Now, 80 subscribers and 12 months later, it's been a wild ride for me personally, but 7 subscribers a month isn't really sustainable forever, which unfortunately brings me to
Chapter 3. The future. TikTok, but not the app.
how long can I keep making videos? I asked Emma the other day if I should set a quitting date for myself. Something like, let's make 10 more videos and then stop if I can't get at least one of them to 500 views. But the thing is, I don't want to stop. But I can't justify the time I'm putting into this forever if it's not going anywhere. She said no, by the way. I'm not saying I need to make a living on this, but I'm saying the clock is ticking. I'm currently in school again, so my schedule is more flexible right now, but maybe I'll be working full-time again soon. And then I will have even less time to work on videos than I already do. Clearly, I need a plan for the future. Maybe I should just rethink my whole style and just make videos that don't take so long to make. Maybe I should just focus on teaching or just making essays, or maybe put all my effort into releasing original music and nothing else. I think I need your help here. What would you like to see more of? What is it that makes you like this channel? Because it basically boils down to keep making videos in a similar style and release whenever something is finished, or make shorter videos, or at least ones that don't require nearly this amount of work. Because for everything I put out, I write, record, and mix all the music. Sometimes it's multiple songs or examples in various different styles. Sometimes it's background stuff, and then we have sound effects and ambience, and then it's the filming, the b-roll, the planning, the script writing, and then the editing, the graphics, the clips. It takes time. Too much time. It's not sustainable, but I've learned a lot this year, so maybe I can make some tweaks. Which brings me to
Chapter 4. Work smarter. The list.
work smarter, not harder, they say. Right? People say that? Well, this isn't work. And I don't mind working hard, but being a stubborn mule will only get you so far, and I have to compromise a bit on my romantic ideals, I think, in order to increase or even maintain my output. Making the kind of videos I want to make takes a lot of time. And as a small YouTuber, it's hard enough as it is to get views. So to work really hard on something so few will ever see can be soul crushing at times. And that's one thing they don't tell you about YouTube. Making videos takes a lot of time. So much time. Actually, let's make this a bit more structured. Let's put up a thing for each of these, like this.
Number 1. Making videos is time consuming.
The next one I also touched on already, but you have to be prepared for a complete lack of recognition, feedback, and view.
Number 2. No one will care about you.
It's true. People don't know who you are, and if you make videos about music without a name for yourself already, why should anyone listen to you? Sorry to be so blunt about this, but the internet is currently full of insanely talented people trying to do what you're trying to do, but better, and they are, technically speaking, your competition. So, good luck. This doesn't mean give up, of course, but it means be realistic. Look at my channel. I don't do conventional videos, whatever that means, but whatever it means, I'm not it. My videos are not, I don't think, easily digestible or catering to popular topics or a broad sense of humor. I fall in between a lot of categories and I talk in broad terms. I'm not a guitar YouTuber per se, but I teach some guitar, and I often talk creativity in a broader sense than just music. So what I have to tie all that together is myself. I am my brand, I guess, and no one knows who I am. Nor do they care, they don't know me. And that's the reality of starting on YouTube, especially in music. No one will know you and no one will care who you are. Which brings me to
Number 3. You can't take things personally.
It's easy to think that a bad performing video means it was a bad video. That getting no views means no one likes you or what you do. While that could be true, it definitely doesn't have to be. It could also mean that the combination of title and thumbnail didn't interest people enough to click on the video, or that YouTube showed it to the wrong people, or barely showed it to anybody. Because if your videos are served to the wrong audience, they won't perform well. Doesn't mean they're bad. That's why we have genres, right? We don't all like the same stuff, no matter the quality of it. Or it can be as easy as, once again, they don't know you, so why should they give you their time of day? You have to win everybody over, and starting from zero, it takes time. You can't take it personally. But make sure you work hard to improve with each video, because it's not just about luck either. Which brings me to
Number 4. You will never feel good enough.
I say this because with the number of things you need to learn, it can be so overwhelming. You have to learn how to make thumbnails, title your videos in ways that make people interested without being too clickbaity, come up with good ideas for videos, write good scripts for them, make them entertaining and informative, but also visually appealing, and make sure your audio levels are good throughout, and the videos need music and sound effects to go with the editing, and oh yeah, you need to learn how to edit, how to transition, how to make graphics, or find and combine clips with voiceovers, and maybe SEO for your titles and descriptions, and the most important one of all, learn to be in front of the camera. Which, if you're anything like me, is going to be the most difficult one of all. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to shake the feeling of always being a noob, because there are so many things to improve on, all the time. But, and this is a big but I'm not going to make any jokes about it.
Number 5. You'll connect with awesome people.
Don't let the lackluster voice acting fool you. This one is awesome, and it surprised me a lot. Despite being a very small creator with a minuscule output, I've connected with so many kind, supportive, and interesting people through this. It's been so cool. I had no idea this could happen on a scale this small, and it's been so rewarding. If it wasn't for all of you and everybody who comments, I would have given up already, and I think you should all know that. So with that said, I've said a lot, haven't I? I wish you all an amazing day, and I hope everything's going great for you. And please let me know what it is you would like to see more of. Because it's sometimes hard as a creator to know why you watch. What makes you click, you know? What makes you stay? So I'd appreciate any feedback on that moving forward. Thank you. Have a great day once again. Bye-bye.